So for the last year or so, I've been kind of on and off with tracking macros, using apps to track my diet, but I'm happy to say now I am done with that shit for good. And if you are tracking macros, I urge the majority of you to stop doing it now, as it's just not sustainable in the long run. And stay tuned, as in today's video, I'm going to explain why tracking macros doesn't work. So let's get into it. So the first reason as to why tracking macros doesn't work is because for pretty much every beginner, it is simply overwhelming. Despite how much simpler apps such as MyFitnessPal may make the process, it's still quite a task for a cognitive mind to go from eating intuitively to weighing out every single piece of food they consume to the exact gram. I personally was quite interested in nutrition myself when first starting out, but for the majority of others, as in 9 out of the other 10, the opposite is understandably the case. Hence why so many quit, as this obsessive method of dieting is unenjoyable after the first few days, let alone the next few weeks. Alongside following a meal plan that consists of highly valued nutritional whole foods that you enjoy, I can safely say that the best nutrition plan that will work for anyone in the long run is the portion size method. Simply put, for breakfast, lunch and dinner, have a portion of good quality protein, a portion of complex carbs, a serving of healthy fats, and then one or a couple servings of fruit and or vegetables. Feel free to have snacks such as protein bars, protein shakes, fruits, oatmeal, etc. throughout the day. Maybe switch up time to time, but ultimately, simplicity usually struggles to let you down. If you're trying to lose weight but you feel the portions are too large, an easy way to compensate is by partially or completely taking out a portion of carbohydrates and or fats from some of your meals and then possibly replacing them with lower calorie vegetables instead. If you're a skinny guy and feel you aren't eating enough, do the opposite. It's as simple as that. An efficient and effective meal plan that can be enjoyed stress-free without having to get the scales involved. Moving more over to personal experience, there's no doubt that tracking macros results in pointless stress. Whether you're a student or an employee, the obsession of tracking macros can easily become your second job. Seriously, it's pointless stress, people. We've all got more important things to focus on rather than how many fucking protein, carbs and fats are in a bowl of chicken and rice, for crying out loud.
Ow, Jake, stop it!
As you attempt to become so accurate and precise with your diet, believe me, over time the process will become very draining mentally. The problem with tracking macros is that it is very diet based. This relates to a short-term fix. What a healthy nutritional plan should really encourage is a lifestyle enhancement. When weighing out all your foods constantly, eating is no longer pleasurable anymore because all you frickin' see is how many damn calories every single food consists of. Especially if you follow that overhyped if it fits your macros garbage. My god. Sadly, I did myself for a bit, and after several occasions of estimating and weighing out processed crap, I feel much more at ease now as opposed to before, when almost collapsing into a mental breakdown prior to overthinking as to how accurate what I ate was recorded into MyFitnessPal. Like I said, a key fundamental to a sustainable long-term nutrition plan is simplicity, and when tracking macros, simplicity is not an option when the weighing scales are in the equation. Talking about sustainability, funnily enough, I've actually never witnessed with my own pair of eyes one person who has consistently weighed out their entire calorie consumption precisely and to the gram for several years straight. You beg to differ? Alright, I'll wait until you can manage to find someone who has. Yeah, come in. Yeah, I guess you're right. Couldn't find anyone. Oh, I thought so. Whilst accuracy is being discussed, the ironic thing with tracking macros is that you can't be 100% accurate with it anyway. You can scan all the barcodes of your foods as much as you'd like, but with every app out there, there will definitely be a fault in some of the nutritional values the app tells you. One reason being that this process is carried out manually by regular people like you and me, and also Your calorie expenditure is going to differ every single day, so why try and be so accurate when you physically can't in the first place? One aspect many people preach about these apps is that you can estimate the food you eat when eating out. Those apps are guessing, mate, as you've got no idea whatsoever as to what the chef is putting in those foods to make it as tasteful as possible. Oh my god, what if he added an extra serving of olive oil? Those chips seem underserved. Now I've messed up on my macros. Forget it, people. It's not worth your mental willpower, as it really isn't worth stressing about. In conclusion, it's undeniable that tracking macros can be a useful tool to gain and further expand your knowledge with nutrition, but unless you're a physique competitor preparing for a show, the amount of benefits you'll gain from overcomplicating your diet is considerably less than the amount of time and effort you'll waste in doing so. Remain consistent with a good, clean and well-balanced diet to fuel your workouts correctly, eat and drink from time to time with friends and family, and let a healthy lifestyle enhance your well-being rather than deteriorate it. Right, so that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making this type of video. So if you enjoyed this video, then give this video a thumbs up, of course. And to support the channel even further, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to see similar type of content, then stay tuned, of course, for future content, and I'll catch you all in the next video.